I want to wish you the best of luck on your upcoming interview. I have just a couple of quick tips that will hopefully help you feel a little bit more confident going into your interview and have you on your way to being offered an ideal position. So many people interview poorly, and that results in either not receiving an offer at all or sometimes receiving an offer with a lower salary than what they wanted. Even if it's only $1,000 lower, that's not what we want. First, be interested and not interesting. Really take some time to be genuinely curious about the group. Ask some good questions and give them an opportunity to feel like you're truly interested in who they are, both as an interviewer and also a group. You only have one chance to make a good first impression, so you want to make sure that you're genuinely curious and interested in the person you're interviewing. So often I've seen qualified candidates who don't necessarily show enough enthusiasm, and the group doesn't get a feeling that they want to be there long term. And so oftentimes they won't make an offer, even if everything else would be a good fit. So you want to make sure both to be interested and also to be enthusiastic, not only about the opportunity with this particular position, but also with the group themselves. Second, do your homework. Make sure you take a little bit of time to check out their website. Oftentimes they'll have some upcoming events, possibly, or even some recent press releases. That way you can really be engaged into some maybe cutting edge things that they've been doing as a group. And then it will help you to facilitate and be able to ask some of those good, thought-provoking questions because you've done some research about who they are. They'll be really impressed. Third, you want to make sure that you really stay on point. You want to be really thorough within your answers and also be concise. A 1 to 2 minute answer is typically ideal. You also want to remember why they're looking for a new provider and make sure that you can really think about your answers and tailor them to showing them and highlighting how you could be a really good fit to fill their needs and what they're looking for in a new provider. Last things are really quick and simple, and they might be things that you already know. But go ahead and determine your 3 best assets before going into an interview. Write them down and really be thinking about what are different ways that you can contribute to this group and what makes you stand out. Be ready to provide those answers when asked. Also be patient. Don't go ahead and rush into salary until you've received an offer. That's really the time to address some of those concerns, if there are concerns, or really to have those conversations. So be patient. Go ahead and wait until they step into talking about salary, PTO, benefits, and things like that. Use good judgment. You never want to speak ill of a past employer or a past coworker. Even if you know deep down that things did not work out and there are not good situations, make sure that you're always speaking positively. Groups really get a bad taste in their mouth if they see a candidate who's been speaking ill about a past employer. Listen well. Listening is going to be so ideal. If you can show that you're listening well and you're really engaged in the conversation, your interview is going to be much more engaged in you, and they're going to be much more interested in you as well. Couple other last minute things. Chew some mint or chew some gum or a mint before going into the interview. Make sure if you have gum, spit it out beforehand, but that way you have some good fresh breath. Don't bring in your cell phone. It's a distraction and it's often unnecessary. Think about printing off directions and also the HR director's phone number before you go ahead and start on your way to the interview. That way if anything urgent happens, you can still get a hold of somebody if you feel like you're going to be late. Try not to be late. 5 minutes to 15 minutes is early is ideal. Not 20 minutes. That's too much time and they don't know what to do with you. And then lastly, bring 2 copies of your resume to the interview, as well as a pad of paper and a pen. It'll show you're really engaged and interested.